So, the translations are out for My Hero Academia, Manga Chapter 307, and let me just say this. This may be a very decisive chapter because last chapter was really amazing, and this chapter is, well, let's just say that we focus on a very popular character that no one wanted. Alright, let's get into it after the intro. Hit it! Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Big Blue Drew 97 here, coming at you with another manga review for My Hero Academia, Manga Chapter 307, titled Long Time No See. And like I was saying in the intro, this may be a very decisive chapter. From what I've read, it is a good chapter of My Hero Academia, do not get me wrong, and it does have a singular focus all the way through, but most likely what people aren't expecting from this chapter are specifically the appearance of a specific character that may or may not have been robbing another character of popularity. So before we get more into the actual review, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Blue Drew 97. If you like the reviews for My Hero Academia, as well as me talking more about My Hero Academia, discussions, reactions to other manga and Shonen Jump, leave a like down below and comment what you like about this channel and what you may have liked about this chapter. And without the way, let's get right into it. So we start off the chapter with the title of the chapter, 307. Long time no see. And in actuality, this applies to many people in the series. Specifically, as we get more into what this chapter is going to be about, we actually get the reintroduction of two new characters as they're going through this really just destroyed, wrecked city, as it's implied that the people in this area, for the most part, have been evacuated because this area was attacked by escaped villains, as we are reintroduced back to two characters that we probably didn't really care a whole lot about. So we are reintroduced to two characters from the Ketsubutsu Academy. They are both third years, and we are reintroduced to Nakagami Tatami, whose alias is Turtleneck. And if you don't remember who she is, she's the person who's able to basically stretch herself into her body and retract out. And then we're also reintroduced to Shindo Yo, alias Grand. And if you're wondering, like, wait, haven't I seen this guy before? No. You're thinking of Deku, because that's the joke, that he looks very similar to Deku. But also the joke is that he was number 9 or number 8 on the most recent popularity poll for My Hero Academia. You know what? Hirokoshi. I'm pretty sure you probably had this all planned out from the beginning, but maybe, just maybe, this could have literally been anyone else. Like, literally anyone else that has played a more impactful role in the story, but because Shindo was number 8 or 9 on the popularity poll, we're focusing on him this chapter. As soon as we get that time skip after the Paranormal Liberation War, let's not focus on Bakugo's reaction to Deku leaving, or focusing more on Shoto and his development with his father, or even with Ochako with her wanting to protect the heroes, be the hero that protects the other heroes. No, let's focus on Shindo. Really? I don't hate the guy, I'm just still pissed that he got into the top 10 My Hero Academia popularity polls. But you know what? Maybe I should give him a chance. Maybe he's an actually good hero. Maybe he's changed. Also, a tidbit of information that I learned before this chapter came out. I saw the spoilers for this a while ago, a few days ago, a day ago, and apparently Tatami and Shindo are actually dating. I know, shocking. With that type of attitude, who wouldn't want to date Shindo? But yeah, technically, canonically, they are a couple, which probably explains why they are together. Alright, I focused too much on my hatred and ranting of Shindo. Let's get back into the story, because from here, with these two individuals being reintroduced, they're actually on like a small mission. They're exploring the city. Most of the civilians in this city has been evacuated, except for a small group of citizens who, spoilers, have lost faith in the heroes being able to save them. So now we have Shindo and Tatami trying to go and like convince them to leave, as they are being held up in the Taguchi building. So Shindo and Tatami arrive at the building, where they are immediately rejected by the civilians there. Shindo tries to be like, hey, like, y'all should have evacuated ago, with his big old fake smile. It's like, but don't worry, we're helping you move, so you don't have to fear. And then you have one civilian with like the big, like, poofy hair. It's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna be leaving. Like, you failed us before. You think that we're going to go to an area that could be bombarded by villains? It's like shooting fish in a barrel. No, we're going to stay here. This is our city. We're going to protect it. We've protected the city from lowlifes before. This is no different. And you know what? It's very interesting. Because, I mean, like, the problem with all of this is society hasn't technically, like, completely fallen. But it's reached a point where you have to evacuate entire cities to evacuation shelters. Not just like one city, but multiple cities at a time. Probably the entirety of Japan, most likely, is being held at these large hero facilities. We saw that the streets are empty, and y'all are still willing to fight for it. And even with the idea, we even have Shindo who basically like chimes in and is like, no, I understand that y'all can probably take down these lowlifes, but like we've had like Nomus and like escapees from Tartarus, y'all cannot take them on. And the civilians is like, yo, we don't care. This is our city. We're gonna protect it. And Shindo's like, don't worry, I'll protect you. And it's like, oh yeah. Didn't the other heroes say that they were gonna protect us? And what happened to them? Oh yeah, didn't they lose that war? Didn't all of these like criminals escape because y'all couldn't save us? Yeah, no, we'll pass from you so-called heroes, especially you, kid. Get out of here. So yeah, they just get rejected by these civilians. But at the very least, we get to see Shindo's reaction to it, because this proves that all that nice guy act, him smiling and being like very energetic, yeah, no, that was all a fake. That was all a fraud. That was all a facade. Because immediately as he leaves, basically you have Tatami chastising him, and he's like, man, if it wasn't for the fact that they're civilians, I would have like shaken that building and brought them back by force. So yeah, I think probably what would have been better off if you had just not faked it, been real, and said, yo, I don't give a fuck about what y'all say. Y'all coming with me or you're going to die. That might have been more impactful, because at least you're being honest. But it doesn't really matter, because they're going to have to go back to save them, because unfortunately, Tatami gets a specific call. And to sum up what the basic call says, run. Run, and do a little bit more running. Because apparently an escapee from Tartarus is in their area, and it's very dangerous, and they just need to run immediately. Unfortunately, they did not run, and because they didn't run, they immediately confront this Tartarus villain, and lo and behold, it is Muscular. And you know what's funny? From the translations that we have, we basically had Shindo basically telling the people that it's like, yo, y'all could take on these lowlifes, but what if you take on a hero that doesn't care and gave up their humanity? That was like a little, if that's exactly how it's translated, that was most likely foreshadowing to this moment, if you couldn't tell, where he could have just basically said, yo, if y'all don't leave, like, sure y'all can fight this one villain, but what if you fight a villain that, I don't know, has the ability to increase his strength multiple times over by, I don't know, somehow manifesting muscle fibers from their body, and has the capability of destroying buildings in a single bound? What if you go up against a villain like that? I mean, sure, the likelihood of that happening is very slim, but what if? Shindo, you probably shouldn't have said what could possibly go wrong in that situation, because guess what? Everything is about to go wrong, because you're literally going up against the monster Muscular, who, to no surprise, is like, there are only two people here. That's sad. I thought there would be more of you. Oh well, guess I gotta kill you both. So, the muscular shtick. But yeah, luckily enough, Shindo begins to take out a little blade and tells Tatami to help get the civilians out of the building and that he is going to fight Muscular. Okay, we're gonna have the Deku look like against Muscular. Is it going to end like the first time with Deku taking out Muscular? Will Shindo be able to take out Muscular with a single attack? No, he does not. He definitely will not. As seen when Tatami tries to convince the civilians to come to try to rescue them and get them out of the facility immediately, we see that Shindo gets crushed by Muscular and is unable to move. And Muscular is like, there's a specific proverb of where there are heroes in the vicinity, there are also civilians to protect. Seems they're all right. By the way, if you try to attack me or anything, or you try to push me off with strength, I should let you know that I have 12,000 layers of muscle fibers. So yeah, your strength is useless. I'm gonna kill you now. So like I said, the muscular stick. But luckily enough, with Shindo's abilities, it's not based off raw physical strength, but the strength of the earth itself. Because he begins talking about how with his ability, he can't really use it freely on individuals because it could cause a whole lot of damage. It could really hurt the opponent. But now that he's going up against someone like Muscular, he's like, you know what? It would probably be okay if I use it on you. Because you know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. As we get his hero attack, Trimmering Earth. And he just lets out a tremor onto Muscular. Oh man, that might have done some actual damage. Man, Muscular had to have fallen from that. No, he just gained more and more muscle layers, was able to withstand the attack, and is now beginning to crush Shindo to death. And now the civilians are trying to help, but now Muscular is going to kill him and kill all the civilians, and there's nothing that he can do. We need a hero, don't we? But it's not like we know, I don't know, this main character of the series with an extraordinarily powerful quirk that has a connection with Muscular and has beaten him in the past. There's no way someone can just come in and, I don't know, let's just say send out an air blast that sends them flying, that allows Shindo to be freed as this individual comes to rescue him in the nick of time, like the hero that this person is. But come on, we live in a new society where heroes don't exist anymore. There's no way that a hero like that could come and say, oh my gosh, Muscular gets shut off the roof. Oh my gosh, someone rescues Shindo. Oh my gosh, it's Deku. Are you surprised? No, you shouldn't be. But what is very surprising is how badass Deku looks when he saves Shindo. Because going back to what happens, Muscular tries to kill him. Muscular gets blasted off the building, most likely by an Air Force smash, because from this image, we see that Deku is still standing on the building while Muscular is being sent away. So most likely he used an Air Force smash and then immediately goes to rescue Shindo and save him. Or another possibility is that he knocks Muscular off the roof physically and then within that small moment of time also saves Shindo. Either way, he still looks like an amazing badass, even with that weird bunny hood on. But in actuality, this is probably one of the very few, if not the only times, that a bunny mask outfit has actually looked cool. And what is very interesting about this is that the reasoning why Deku is even here and why he was able to even save Shindo is because, man, it's Muscular. No wonder my danger sense was going crazy. As we get Muscular saying, that voice? Could it be? End of chapter. So yeah, if anything, the purpose of this chapter, the reasoning why Shindo was beat down was so that Deku can meet Muscular again. This was an entirely setup-based chapter to see Shindo fall so that Deku could come in to be a hero. And you know what? Yeah, I actually like this chapter. Yeah, even though we are focused mainly on a character that, for me personally, I could give two less shits about. In reality, I probably give more shits about his girlfriend than I do him. But still, it's very interesting because we know for a fact that at the very least he's had a connection with Deku in the past because Deku has saved him before, hence which why he saves him again, which is also amazing. But Deku also has a connection with Muscular as well as this may tie into what we saw a few chapters ago of particular characters not being able to change and what Deku would have to do in that situation, implying that maybe is he going to kill Muscular? We don't know. All we know is that with this setup of a chapter, it's set up for Deku and Muscular fighting once again. Also tying back into the title of this chapter, which is Long Time No See, because relatively speaking, it's been at the very least half a year since the incident between Deku and Muscular at the training camp arc. Actually, almost a year, because if we're in April, this happened around June, July during the summer months, so a few months from the present time. It's been almost a year since they fought, so we're going to get a clash once again between Deku and Muscular. But the difference is now that Muscular is pretty much the same. He's probably slightly stronger, but Deku is probably around the same strength, but probably just is more skilled at using his quirk. He probably in this fight won't be breaking his muscles, arms, legs, hopefully, but he probably has a better understanding of the quirks that are inside of One For All, particularly because he mentions that the reason why he's able to tell that it's Muscular, or the reason why his danger system was going off, is because it was Muscular. So like I said, this is all a setup for Deku meeting Muscular so that they can fight again, and most likely have Deku fight not necessarily like the moralities, but the ideals that he has and how Muscular goes against them. And you know what? I've been shitting on Shindo this entire time, but you know what? It was kind of nice to see him sort of like completely and utterly fail at being a hero, because it just shows that the Paranormal Liberation War arc has played a factor in the story moving forward. People have given up hope on the heroes to the point where like, yo, we understand that y'all want to save us, but y'all have failed us before. And that one failure wasn't like a small one. Like a lot of people got injured, a lot of people most likely died. How can we really trust you? We can't, so we have to do it ourselves. So we're still seeing the repercussions now, and they haven't gone away just because the story is moving forward. So at the very least, we get to see more and more of the repercussions of the Paranormal Liberation Front arc, not only on the city itself, but on the civilians and how they've lost trust in heroes. So overall, I think it's still a very good chapter, if not for all of it being set up. And it's just something that we're going to have to wait until next chapter, because we are luckily enough not on break. And most likely next chapter, we are going to get a balls to the wall fight between Muscular and Deku. Will Muscular be able to defeat Deku? Will Muscular just be pounded into the ground or into the wall like last time? Or will he be able to stand a fighting chance against Deku? Also, something interesting is that while Deku is holding Shindo, we see smoke coming off of his body. Ooh. And it's very similar to how smoke is coming off of All Might's body. And that is specific because we've seen in a smaller panel that smoke was just whirling around him. So maybe he's unlocked N's quirk? We don't know. We may have to find out next chapter to get a little bit more information about that. But my theory may be correct, or at least my guess. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this chapter. What did you think of the chapter? What do you think is going to go on next chapter? Do you think that we're actually going to get the fight between Muscular and Deku? Or do you think that we're going to cut over to something else? Also, this kind of confirms that Deku is not in America. But hey, who cares? We're going to get a fight between Deku and Muscular. The rematch of the century. Deku vs. Muscular 2. Electric Boogaloo. It's here. It's ready. And I can't wait to read it and review it next week. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for more notifications on when my videos drop. Do all of that cool jazz. And hopefully I'll be able to catch you in the next video. Goodbye!